Hey guys, what's up? It's the Merc here from Poolshed Games, and tonight we're going to be doing something we've never done before. That is a battle report, and it's going to be a big battle report. We're talking 2,000 points, Dystopian Wars, Federated States of America, which I will be playing,
Yes.
versus the Lich Lords,
And the Prussians.
Prussian's Empire. So this is just the introduction. We're going to show you guys our fleets, then we're going to deploy, we'll show you the deployment, and we'll do an end-of-turn recap for each turn. So we will be back, and we'll show you our fleets, and then we'll deploy. Alright guys, this is the Merc's Federated States of America fleet, 2,000 points. It's not all painted, but progress is being made, and that's what really counts, right? So we'll start from my right, which will be your left. We have a minimum unit of 2 A-17 bombers. We have a Liberty heavy battleship with a shield generator. We've got 4 Gulliford destroyers, a unit of 4 frigates. We have the big, the bad, the Enterprise Dreadnought with 3 escorts. We have the Boston submarine. The submerged model is painted. The surfaced model is painted. The submerged model is not painted yet. We have a unit of 2 Princeton gunships. Another unit of 4 frigates. Another unit of 4 frigates. We have the Georgetown heavy cruisers. The Saratoga fleet carrier. The 6 turtle subs that come with the Boston class submersible. And 3 units of tiny flyer tokens. Not sure what those will be yet, but we'll figure that out when the game starts. So there you have it. That's the 2,000 points of Federated States of America the Lich Lord will be facing. This is the first time in 2.0 that I have run the A-17 bombers, so we'll see how they do. We will be right back, where the Lich Lord will talk about his Prussians.
Hey guys, and this is the Lich Lord's army, as the Merc dances in the background. But I guess I'll just start over here. Obviously I have the Dread, the Prussian Dreadnought, which is the Blucher. On this I have a Tesla coil and a shield generator, obviously. It also, obviously has elite crew to start with. Then I will go to the Emperor-class battleship. I kit this out with a shield generator in the back. It has an internal Tesla generator and just 2 guns in the front. Pretty decent. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Then I have the Sturmbringer sub. That is the last of my heavies. Then I go on to I have 2 Königsberg-class battle cruisers. They both have a support Donnerfaust. Donnerfaust, support cruiser. With them, they both have that. Then, I'll continue with my mediums. I have the light cruisers. They also have a Donnerfaust support cruiser on there. They're just bare bones, pretty much. And then I have 2, probably going to take dive bombers. Haven't decided yet. Probably dive bombers, so. And I have destroyers. Unit of 4 frigates, unit of 3 frigates, unit of 2 frigates. Which, I know, odd numbers, but that's the amount of frigates I have, so I wanted to use them all. Then back here, I have 3 Geyer-class bombers. They're just basic bombers. And then back here, I have 5 of the strike bombers. And that is my 2,000 points of Prussian Empire. And we'll be right back with the deployment. Alright, here we have our deployment. We just rolled off to see who would go first. I rolled a 7, and the Merc rolled a 6, so I will be going first.
And the Merc will be using the blue and gold dice basically all game, and the Lich Lord will be using a menagerie of
Yeah, I have
dice.
It's menagerie.
So we'll start on the Lich Lord side of the table.
Got ourselves some bombers. My
You
sub.
can see the sub.
Battle cruisers, frigates, battle cruiser, light frigates, battleship, dreadnought, destroyers, and some more frigates and some bombers. we both had two advanced deploys, which I did my strike bombers and my other bombers, and you just did your bombers, right?
And my sub.
And your submarine.
So this is the FSA side of the board over here. As you can see, we're using a nice piece of blue material.
Yes, this is the first time we've actually used this.
We're going all out for you guys right now. So I advanced deployed my Boston and its turtle subs. I have a unit of dive bombers, gunships, the Dread and its escorts. This is a battleship with a fighter plane cap. There are the destroyers and the fleet carrier. Then I have my heavy cruisers, a unit of frigates, unit of frigates, unit of frigates, unit of fighter planes, and I advanced deployed my bombers. And then this is just a quick recap down the line of the Lich Lord's Prussians. And that is deployment. As we said, the Lich Lord will be going first,
Yep.
and we will be coming back to you at the end of turn 1 to give you a recap. Hey guys, what's up? We are bringing you the turn 1 recap.
Turn one down.
We're going to start on what would be the Merc's right flank.
Very eventful turn. Also.
Yeah, the right flank was pretty rough this turn. You can see the Stormbringer back there move just a little bit.
Just using its ordnance.
You'll notice that the support cruiser no longer has another ship with it to support.
Yeah, that was another Königsberg.
Because the Boston rose from the waves and blew it to
Just
smithereens. It like triple critted it. Here's the Prussian bombers, and you can see the turtle subs just kind of conga lining underneath them.
And interestingly enough, the bombers they deserved the punishment they got.
They did, because if we come over here, you notice there's a gap in the American battle line. That's where the Princeton gunships were.
Yep. Rolled 2 1s, the first critical of the game.
He mag exploded them with the bombers there, so they're gone now.
With their 4 Tesla cannons.
And as you can see, the bombers are injured and missing one.
And if you're wondering, we use the small dice for wounds.
It's easier to keep track of.
Obviously, they're just the stuff that comes in the box.
So, the Enterprise, in retaliation to losing the gunships, opened up on the bombers. The right flank was the most interesting. We moved to the center. Not a whole lot happened. The Liberty kind of started heading towards the left flank.
Yep.
Was it Königsberg?
Yep. They just kind of started.
They're trying
over there to support my submarine.
The
everything else is just kind of moving up.
They took hits from the Liberty.
Yeah, they took. Yep.
The American destroyers took a round of shooting.
They did poorly, but.
The Saratoga is just kind of doing her thing, waiting to refuel and rearm some planes.
You got
the Georgetowns moved up, as did a unit of the frigates, the Augustas, and with their little buddies over here on the left flank, put 2 points of damage on the Prussian dreadnought.
No.
You can see the Prussian heavy battleship has not taken any damage. Oh, so the normal battleship hasn't taken any damage yet.
Yep.
And there's just so much small stuff over here on the left.
Yeah, what does it look like? We have some frigates over here. I think one of them got destroyed.
Yep.
This was a unit of 3. 2 of these, my bombers got destroyed.
Those are fighter planes and fighter planes coming up to deal with them.
My fighter planes is, and yeah, his bombers, nothing happened to them. I think this was a unit of 3.
They were each units of 4.
They were both units of 4.
So they're down to 2.
Both got taken down a bit.
So at this point, how are you feeling?
It's pretty even, you know. There were a few pretty explosive rolls we both had, especially you with my Königsberg, and obviously me with your gunships. But yeah, honestly, it's pretty close. The thing is that I'm worried about right now are these 2 woods out here, and it's like me just like dealing with mosquitoes the whole time.
Yes. That was
like I deployed first. So I was like, ah. And it was like his dreadnought over there. So I was like, ah. I got pretty much the table to go before I can start boring.
Yeah,
I'm
doing
what the Prussians do best. But yeah, all in all, I think it's pretty even. How about you? What do you think?
I think we're doing all right so far. I mean, losing the Princetons over there kind of hurt. But I mean, my dreadnought's not injured, and my heavy battleship's good. So
that is one thing to note about this game. Sometimes it Well, not as much, but it can turn into Dreadnought versus Dreadnought.
Yeah, but at this point size, it really won't.
Right, 2,000 points, it shouldn't make a difference.
So while we're on camera here, you want to roll to see who goes first this turn?
Sure.
So
7.
I got a 7, and you, of course, you go first.
I'll be going first this turn.
All right, guys. We will be coming back to you at
Turn 2.
All right.
And welcome back. We're at the end of turn 2, and it was a very eventful turn. Lots of stuff.
For the Prussians, it was an eventful turn.
Lots of stuff died. I guess we'll start over here. As you can tell, he's not happy. But okay, so over here, my subs is still kind of hanging back, shooting stuff from afar.
Notice there's a lack of federated forces here.
Yeah, I took out the sub. A good majority of the little submarines he had, starting to come around this flank. Yeah. Still has an unwounded Dreadnought, which is still big.
And it took out.
Yeah, it took out my unit of
gunship.
They were light cruisers and a Donnerfaust.
Killed the bomber that was over here.
Yep, killed my bombers. And
once again, I am reminded that American destroyers are useless. They've been going in the bottom of the box and not coming back out for a while.
His heavy battleship has a crit,
and 2
which
points of damage.
we have not rolled to repair that yet, which we will
will
do shortly.
These are your planes.
My planes are up here. They're bombers, just gonna kind of go after something. They're not sure yet what yet.
The fleet carrier is hanging back, not really doing anything because it can't.
I got another wound on my Dread, which is pretty big. Another unit of that's pretty much what caused it. I'm pretty sure some frigates. My battleship still unwounded. Destroyers over here unwounded.
That's my bomber.
Bomber there.
Which is down to 2 points.
There are actually 2 units of frigates there.
1 and 2. And our planes are kind of dogfighting.
So yeah, it was an eventful turn. I had some really good rolls.
Yes, you did.
I got really lucky a few times. But this is still.
I'll roll for my crit right now. Might as well. It goes away. It goes away on a 4, 5, or 6.
And we might as well roll to see who goes first this turn.
It'd be really nice if I go first this turn.
So I got 10.
I got a 10. 10. We tied, so reroll.
10,
6. Of course.
So it'll be the Lich Lord going first.
We will be back at the end of.
At the end of turn 3.
Will probably be the end of the game.
This is probably it. We'll see what happens. All right. See you.
All right, guys, we're here at the end of turn 3. Yes.
Yep, end of turn 3.
Look at him looking. Look at him looking all smug over there. Look at that.
I don't know if I'm not feeling very smug. I'll be honest. It's like it wasn't really in my favor, but now it's kind of. It's still close. It's still close.
So we'll start on the right flank again. As you can see, there's the Prussian sub is damaged.
They got blipped.
They got teleported.
Yeah. It got fusion. What's
Sturginium flare.
Sturginium flare. And yeah, that happened.
We have an untouched unit of Prussian frigates, which are kind of annoying. We have the American destroyers on sub-hunting duty back there coming around the island. We have a American flight of planes heading for the carrier. A slightly wounded dreadnought. Another flight of planes that are heading for the dreadnought in hopes of rearming and changing their loadout. An almost dead heavy battleship for the Americans. A barely wounded Prussian battleship. We have the Prussian dread still sitting at 3 wounds. We've got 2 American frigates, 2 Prussian destroyers, and an American bomber hanging out back there. We have a unit of Prussian frigates, 2 Prussian fighters, a re-upped and rearmed unit of American dive bombers now, and the American carrier.
Still a close game. I mean,
we're going to call the Lich Lord the Eternal Optimist.
Yes. But I mean, you know how this game could be too. Who knows? We're going to roll a crazy roll and just get like 10 sixes.
Now, what would be fantastic?
I don't know. I rolled like 2 1s twice in this game. Both times it was
yes.
pretty game changing. But
Now why don't
It's still a close game.
we see if I can maybe go first once in this
You might hit it. 6, you go first.
I go first. That's kind of what needed to happen. So we'll be back at the end of turn 4 and probably the end of the game.
So here at Full Shed Games, we were going late into the night. Yeah. It's pretty. This has been a good game.
It's officially midnight.
It's been a brawl, that's for sure. As you can see, got 7 wounds on my dread, and well, we still have to repair them.
Yeah, nav lock.
That's down to 1 wound. We
just
reversed it.
No assault points.
No assault points. That's got 2 wounds on it, and it's down to 5 assault points. His dread.
The Americans have 4.
4 wounds. I got some frigates back there.
This has
They
come
got
about.
blipped. It's kind of coming back. My
Wounded
sub is back there.
Still back there.
Still wounded. Not too bad.
The American destroyers are back there.
Destroyers.
And the carriers
Stuff
pumping
here.
out.
And the carrier
pumping out bombers.
Yeah, keeps bringing out bombers. So it's been a fun game, but I think we're both getting a little tired. But
I think
we're gonna. You want to take one more turn?
yeah,
or?
we're gonna take one more turn and see just what happens.
All right.
It really depends on who goes first.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
that's the big-
Whatever happens to our
the-
dreads, basically.
Yeah, that's the big one. Whoever goes first.
But
So,
yep, we might as well roll for it. 8, 7. I go first.
That was bad.
Okay, well, we got to repair stuff, but we'll do that. But yeah, we'll see at the end of the 5th turn.
At the end of turn 5, yeah.
Yep, which this might be shorter. We're probably, I don't know. This might be a short turn, but
It's definitely gonna be a short turn,
yeah.
but we'll see.
we shall be back.
Alright guys, we are back. We did not get a picture of the board at the end of turn 5. However, we have assembled the remaining models. As you can see, the Prussians had, what is that, Donnerfaust?
That's the Königsberg.
Königsberg battlecruiser, the Stormbringer submarine, their battleship,
Yeah.
and 6 frigates left. Whereas on the American side of things, we had the Enterprise Dreadnought, the Saratoga fleet carrier, an A-17 bomber, 2 Augustus-class frigates, 3 escorts, and 2 destroyers. In the end, counting victory points, it was a 10-point win for the FSA.
645 to 655.
Yep, FSA at 655, the Prussian Empire at 645. Though in the end, after such a battle and such a heavy loss of forces, really both nations would just be economically and strategically crippled.
They'd both go into a slow state of recession and decline, never to see the glory days of the past again.
So we hope you guys liked this. We're going to sit down and do a little post-game after-action thought, and that'll be the end of this, our first ever battle report.
Well,
Hey guys, what's up? So, you've just seen our first ever battle report.
it's nice to be back too, by the way.
Yeah,
It's been a bit. I mean, obviously I've been up here gaming and stuff, just haven't had time to do a video or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, senior year in college, it gets intense.
Senior year, junior year.
Yeah. It's just intense in general. But yeah, this is our like pretty much just a post game show, kind of talk about how the game went and just some remarks.
Thing that I always can't help but notice with this game is even though you think you've lost or you think you're winning,
It can always
it can just change.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you like take extremely severe losses, it can just change on the turn of a dime.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what happened in this game, to a certain extent. I mean, it was looking really there around the end of turn 2 and the beginning of turn 3. It was kind of like, the Prussians are definitely going to win. But I don't know. Never underestimate the abilities of your fleet, especially when you have a dreadnought in there.
Well, and the other thing is, never underestimate how fickle the dice can be.
Yes.
I mean,
I had like the luck of the dice. Right?
At one point, the dice were like loving you, and then the next point, they're like, "Nah, I'm not gonna help you out anymore."
Like the fourth and the fifth turn started to like, just not rolling well. But of course, then you have wounds build up, and you have stuff where it's like you're not rolling close to the amount of dice you were before.
Right.
So, yeah.
Dreadnoughts are always just extreme. They're the center of the battle when you bring them to the table. I mean, they really are. There's no way around it.
Yeah, and it's pretty much because they're so hard to crit.
Yes.
It's not that you can get points here and there, but trying to get like that 12, 13 number for a crit is really, really difficult, even with another dread.
Yeah. Well, the thing to remember is though, you can't underestimate like frigates.
Yeah.
Because I put the first 3 wounds on your dreadnought this game with frigates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about your Prussians?
They did good, you know. Like the more I'm still getting used to playing this fleet, obviously, which I should still be getting used to. But it's a pretty hard, fleet to play. I mean, and pretty much your goal should be to get in there and just to board. But sometimes it's the way the ships are designed. Some ships, I mean, obviously you can work it like their battleship the way I have that set up now. I can definitely get in there and try to board.
Right.
The Dreadnought is very, very good at boarding, but it's kind of designed to do broadsides, essentially. It's pretty much designed to get in between 2 or 3 ships and just open up fire, right? Yeah. Which is good, but when you're trying to get there, you're going to be only hitting with like maybe 2 of your guns at a time, which is still good, but just not quite that hitting power going straight forward. But that being said, I mean their Dreadnought is definitely one of the better ones I play with, at least compared to like the British have a good Dreadnought too, but I think the Prussian Dreadnought is slightly better. But if you can get that in board, it's really devastating. The only reason I didn't get to this game is because you had a cap on your
I took escorts.
Your dread. Yeah, you had escorts on your dread, so it would have been suicide to try to board it. But.
You know, this is I think my 3rd or 4th time playing the Federated States in 2.0, and they feel a little lackluster. I mean, they're a good fleet, but they just don't have the bells and whistles that a lot of other fleets have. And I'm not saying that a fleet needs bells and whistles to be fun, because I mean the FSA has some great things like sustained fire, where you can re-roll some of the misses in your shots, and things like that. But some of the other fleets have just fantastic fleet-wide special rules. Like the Prussians are rugged construction,
which is pretty good.
Which is 1 die away from your attack pools.
Some of the better ones I think are like
British. All their primary guns are redoubtable.
Yeah. I still think that one of the better ones is retardant armor. That the French have. That is a very, very useful.
If you're going against people that have shields, the Covenant have the Sturginium rounds on all their primary guns, which means your shield dice don't explode.
Yeah.
So 6 only counts as 2. You don't get to re-roll it. And then
also they have all the flyers too.
Then you come to the humble Federated States, and their fleet-wide special rule is I can kill 1 of your assault points. Yeah.
Which, it's situational. You know, it can be good, but at the same time...
I will say, though, the FSA have one of the hands-down, one of the most used Commodore special abilities in any of the 3 fleets I play. Because they have punishing gunnery, where if you do a critical hit, you do an extra hull point of damage. I use that a lot. You know, compared to, like, the Russians, who have 1 to help you board, and they have, I think, 1 to deal with tack cards, which we've never played with tack cards in this edition. And the same with the Covenant. They have 1 to take away a tack card from your opponent. And, I mean, they have 1 that lets you re-roll your shield dice on a ship, which is nice. I've used that before. But hands down, the Federated States punishing gunnery is the one I've always just found myself using the most. Yours is what? Overcharge the coils?
Yeah, overcharge the coils, which I have to get better at just remembering that they're actually there. And sometimes, you know, you're playing a game, it's like, I'm not going to pay attention, I'm just going to go. But, yeah, I do need to get better. I'm finally getting better at, like, remembering I have rugged construction and Tesla and things like that.
Yeah.
But
this is the first battle report, which is me and the Lich Lord. We will probably be playing Dystopian Wars again next Friday.
Most likely.
Hopefully I will figure out how to edit these videos together and get them up on YouTube off of my new tablet. And,
how long do you think it would probably be close to a half-an-hour video or so?
Yeah, probably 20 minutes, a half hour.
Yeah, that's kind of I mean, that's reducing a lot of gameplay, but I don't see any other way to really do this game.
I mean, hopefully you guys like the way we did this, the kind of the setup we did. The reason we did it that way is because of the way Dystopian Wars plays. It would be very hard to do a battle report where you watched everything.
Yeah.
Because it's not I move my whole army and then the other guy moves his whole army. It's
Right.
I move a unit, you move a unit.
Right.
And I think that would be very hard to do as a
There'd be a lot of
continuous
back and
battle
forth.
report.
And,
A lot of passing the camera off.
Right. And then just a lot more editing too, honestly.
Yeah. So this will be the first battle report, and then hopefully next weekend we will do another battle report, which will probably I'm probably gonna play my Covenant.
Yeah, I'll probably play the Brits. I do want to get the Ottomans out again sometime. That they're kind of in the state of disarray because I took them off their stands to paint them, and I just haven't had time to paint them.
Yeah.
So.
And if we don't play Dystopian Wars, it'll probably be Planetfall.
Yes.
So either way, it'll be another Spartan Games battle report.
Yep, exactly.
But hopefully you guys like this. We are going to be doing a lot more of this now that we have the camera. And before he leaves, maybe we'll even try to do that Battle Cry series that we tried to do like 4 times before.
Long time ago.
God knows we'll go to do that, and my tablet will just explode. like
what happened?
Well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be.
No Battle Cry.
But, you know, this frees us up, and we can do a lot of new things and a lot of more interesting things.
Yes.
Like I said, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up.
And any suggestions, of course, you know.
Always open to suggestions.
We're still pretty new at this, so.
And like I said, once we break that 100 subscriber mark, I'm going to find some random GW modeler squad we have up here and paint them up, and we'll do some kind of a giveaway. Because
we have a lot of GW
there's so many that just don't get used. And it'd be a fun reason to paint a model that I probably wouldn't paint, and you guys can get something maybe that you want to use or have.
We even have like some ancient gore stuff, which I don't know if that's actually hard to give away.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is interesting.
At some point, I might actually look into doing a series about games that were fun and have gone the way of the dodo.
Which is most games.
But that's another video.
That is most games, though. This is a hard market to survive in. Put it that way.
It is. So we will see you guys next time here at Bullshit Games.